What's going on YouTube? This is JackieChun, and this is my very first Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. I want to thank you guys for coming to my channel. Um, I'll do further introductions maybe in a later video, but for right now, let's get straight to the battle. I'm going to lead off with Jump Bluff. He leads off with a Mamoswine. I'm going to immediately switch to Quagsire to take the obvious Ice Shard, and I take it pretty well. I'm gonna get some lefties back. Next turn, we're gonna trade Earthquakes, and because I have lefty, no, I'm sorry. He's gonna set up Stealth Rocks. I'm gonna go ahead and Earthquake. I do have to apologize, guys. I had to run this at normal speed because seeing as it's my first narration, I really just wanted to take my time, and this battle was done a long time ago. So I still kind of remember what went down as far as thinking processes and whatnot, but just bear with me. Um, after we trade Earthquakes, he goes to Rotom. I predict that switch. I'm gonna Ice Beam, and I get the freeze on it. Kind of sucks for him. So now I'm going to take the opportunity to switch out, and I'm going to go to Clefable with the intent of setting up because I have Cosmic Power on this Clefable. But at the last second, I just decided to change my mind because in hindsight, it was still pretty early. I really didn't know what else he had because, I mean, I've only seen 2 of his pokes. So, and in retrospect, he's not going to leave a freezing Rotom in. So he's going to switch out, go to Machamp. I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go to Xatu. And this was kind of funny because my thinking process was go to Xatu and take it out with a Shadow Ball because it's choice specs. I kind of, I guess, baited his Machamp out because he saw my Clefable, and he thought that, you know, I could take it out, that I wouldn't switch. But I just go ahead and take the opportunity and go for the Psychic. And that's going to one-hit KO his Machamp. So, I guess a bit of luck on my part. But, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? He's going to go into Jirachi now. I'm going to go ahead and switch out. I'm going to go back to Quagsire. I believe my thinking process here was, okay, I'll just Earthquake it. But he U-turns out. He's going to go back to his lead Mamoswine. But I've got a little surprise for him. I am packing counter on this Quagsire. So I know next turn he's definitely going to Earthquake, and I know I can take it. And once I counter him back, that's definitely going to take him out at the health he's at. I assumed that because it was a lead that it had Focus Sash. That's why I Earthquaked. That is why I Earthquaked earlier. But it's so far so good. This team, I first made this team when I first started. I was pretty much nubbing it up. It's pretty much, he's got 6 OUs, and I've got UUs and NUs. The only OU I have on this team is Tyranitar. Also kind of funny how they're all from Gold and Silver. They're all from the Johto region. But anyway, he goes into Vaporeon, and I just go ahead and Earthquake, and he's just going to roar me out. I guess because I already showed the counter, and I was thinking maybe he thought I was going to counter again. But I did have Water Absorb, so even if he surfed or something, then, you know, it wouldn't have worked. Anyway, what was I talking about? Just ignore that. Anyway, he roars me into my Heracross, and he doesn't know what set I'm running. I guess he assumed I'll go for an attack. That's why he protected to see what I was gonna do. But I just take the opportunity and Swords Dance and start setting up. Now I'm gonna go for the Mega Horn, and of course I have Guts on this Heracross. Else why else would I have Toxic Orb? So I'm basically at +3. And +3 stab Mega Horn coming from 125 base attack, I think, for a Heracross. Even Vaporeon's not going to survive that. So Vaporeon goes down. And I believe here I get some toxic damage from the Toxic Orb, definitely. He's going to go back to Jirachi. And I think I went for close combat here. But of course he's faster. And he goes for the Iron Head. And I get flinched. My own poison's going to take me out. So here is where I decide to go to Jump Bluff, with the intent of setting up, because this is a Sub-Stater Jump Bluff, actually. And I wanted to get off a Sleep Powder, but he Iron Heads. And at the time, I should have known here that he was Choice Scarfed. I should have definitely known. But at the time, I wasn't even thinking about it, because that Jump Bluff is max speed and it's timid. But I still hadn't figured it out, which you'll see later. But I go back to Quagsire to take some Iron Heads and hopefully get off an Earthquake, because I know I could take 2 with the Leftovers recovery. But the second Iron Head, he gets a crit. So that's going to take out my Quagsire. So now I'm starting to fall behind. And it's all because of this Jirachi. But, you know, hey. And now I go into Clefable. And now my thinking is, okay, I just wanted to set up with Cosmic Power and get a couple off so he wouldn't be able to damage me, because I got Cosmic Power soft boiled and I could just Seismic Toss everything and eventually everything would die. It would draw out the match, but at that point I didn't care. But he goes into Snorlax. He sees that I set up with Cosmic Power, so he's going to go back to Jirachi. Still didn't know he was Choice Scarfed. So I set up another Cosmic Power. But next turn, he's going to trick me. So that's going to lock me into Cosmic Power. And I'm not going to be able to do anything else. So this is when I find out. When I should have found out 2 turns ago when I sent Jump Bluff in on him. But, you know, hey, oh well. It's whatever. I was just getting started, so yeah, let me know, guys, if you guys like this commentary, or if you like commentary at all. Just let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it. I know I'm kind of saying it halfway through, but seeing as I'm running it at normal speed, I figure I've got time to talk. So anyway, back to the battle. I go into Jump Bluff. I guess just to take a hit. I don't even remember. But he turns out it's going to take out my Jump Bluff. In hindsight, it was actually a decent play, because if nothing else, I did get switch advantage, because now I see his Rotom, and now I just go into Xatu to do what I intended to do earlier, and that's to Shadow Ball it. It looks to be a 2-hit KO. It's definitely a 2-hit KO. And I get the special defense drop. So I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. But he thaws out. And he Shadow Balls me. And that's definitely going to take me out. So my Xatu goes down. Now I decide I have to go into Tyranitar, because he's all I really have left, and I've got pretty much a useless Clefable. I can't Cosmic Power. The only thing I'm going to be able to do is Seismic Toss. So this is pretty much my last chance to try to win the game. This is a Dragon Dance Tyranitar, but he's defensive Rotom. At the time, I wasn't even thinking about it, because he obviously showed the Leftovers after I damaged him. But so I go for the Dragon Dance. The next turn, I was thinking about Dragon Dancing again. Maybe I should have. I don't know. But instead of getting a second Dragon Dance, I just decided to go for the Crunch. Plus, I figured, even though I was at pretty much -1, that a Stab Crunch would still take his Rotom out. at the health he was at. So his Rotom goes down. He's going to go back into Jirachi. And I get some burn damage. Now here on the next turn, obviously he's going to go for Iron Head. He's got my leftovers now. But I'm going to go for Earthquake. And I was pretty surprised I outsped him, seeing as he was Choice Scarfed. Because even after one Dragon Dance, T-Tar's still not that fast. But I guess, I don't know, I am naive. So I don't know if that made any difference. I have the Berry on this Tyranitar. So it cut the damage from his first Iron Head. And Earthquake would have been a 2-hit KO, but because he tricked his Choice Scarf onto my Clefable and got my leftovers, the leftovers turns the 2-hit KO into a 3-hit KO. So close yet so far away. His second Iron Head is obviously going to take down my Tyranitar. So now all I've got left is Clefable with a Choice Scarf on it. So really the only thing left to do is just start Seismic Tossing away. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I don't have any other attacking moves on it. I think it had Encore. Aside from Soft Boiled and Cosmic Power, I believe it had Encore. So I go for the Seismic Toss here, but this is Jirachi. So obviously I'm going to get flinched. And oh yeah, this Clefable didn't have Magic Guard. It had Cute Charm, which I was kind of hoping would activate. I told you guys I was nubbing it up. But it was a pretty good match. His last Iron Head's going to take me down, and he's going to win me. He'll 2-0 me. But it was a good game. I believe it was Xanxus. I don't know what his username was, but I found him on Smogon at the time. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and leave constructive criticism for the comments. And yeah, definitely don't forget to comment. And if you like this, you can subscribe if you want to, and